Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at 5 starts now.
A COVID vaccine concern. The CDC investigating reports of heart inflammation in some young people who got the shot. Why local doctors say parents should be aware, not afraid.
Under arrest, former Michigan State basketball star Keith Appling behind bars tonight, awaiting possible murder charges.
But we begin with the return to work. MIOSHA rolls out new relaxed rules saying employers don't have to require vaccinated employees to wear masks. According to a survey, at the height of the pandemic, close to 70% of full-time employees worked from home.
Today, Governor Whitmer took a major step to reverse that number by relaxing rules and getting workers back to the office. Business editor Rod Maloney traveled to Grand Rapids today to hear from the governor about where things are headed. And Rod, there's still a lot of questions.
Oh, a lot of questions. And, here's the thing. People are tuning into the fact that you don't have to wear a mask. What they're not hearing is the distinct possibility that when you go back to work, you still might need one.
Employers can now allow fully vaccinated employees to work normally without masks or distancing requirements. The cleaning and sanitization requirements have been softened accordingly, and industry-specific requirements have been eliminated.
Which means bars and restaurants can take the barriers down on common areas, a pool table or a dance floor. Employers must have a written COVID-19 preparedness response plan, just like the old days, that ensures compliance with CDC guidance. The acting director of Michigan's Department of Labor and Economic Opportunity, Susan Corbin, says of the rules today,
the MIOSHA rules are minimum standards. Some employers may want to keep mask rules in place a little bit longer to protect their employees or their customers, and that's okay.
The same goes for remote work as well. Some employees may never end up back in the office full time, and the governor reiterated this is not an on-off switch, but more like a dimmer.
These slimmed-down emergency rules will ensure Michigan workers feel safe at work, and our shared prosperity depends on the confidence and safety of our workers, and that's why it's so important we get this right.
Still, considering the state has yet to meet the 60% vaccination goal, the governor continues pushing.
If you are unvaccinated, it's easy to go and get a vaccine today, and it is the best way to stay healthy and go to family reunions or go to a ball game or have a barbecue. I mean, these are the ways you can stay safe and get back in the workplace too.
Now, one of the things the governor did admit today is they were caught flat-footed by the CDC with its new mask guidelines, and they don't want that to happen with the federal OSHA administration, and so they're waiting, talking, hoping to see what happens, but there could be more changes in businesses, so essentially you need to stay tuned for more. Back to you.
It seems fairly simple, is it?
No, it is not. There was about a 4-page order. It's a lot of legalese. And so we brought it to an attorney, an employment attorney, to get his take on this. And we'll have him coming up on Local 4 News at 6.
Okay, we'll see you at 6. Rod, thank you. And we've posted 3 big takeaways from the governor's announcement, including a point-by-point look at the new rules. You can find the link right on the homepage of our website, clickondetroit.com.
Let's get to today's coronavirus numbers. The state reports 1,378 new cases over the past 2 days. That averages out to 689 cases per day, much less than 1,000 for the first time in weeks. 14 new deaths are also being reported over that same 2-day period.
Vaccinations are slowly but steadily climbing. In total, 10.8 million doses have been delivered here to Michigan. 8.1 million shots have gone into arms.
And the state's vaccination rate made a pretty big jump over the weekend to 58%. That's up 0.9% from Friday. Tonight, a CDC advisory panel is investigating reports of heart inflammation in a small number of young people who received the COVID-19 vaccine. That condition is called myocarditis. There is no evidence yet the vaccine caused the issue, but the CDC wants the public and healthcare providers to be aware just in case.
Myocarditis is, by definition, is inflammation of the heart muscle, myocardium. It can occur due to many reasons, most commonly due to viral infection.
Dr. Gautam Singh is the chief of pediatric cardiology at Children's Hospital of Michigan. He has not seen any local cases of heart inflammation after vaccination.
There are very few cases reported, but since it's an acute emergency situation, It is important that the parents and the pediatricians and the family practitioners should be aware about it.
The cases reported to the CDC have mostly been mild, predominantly in men, and occurred more often following the second dose, typically within 4 days after vaccination. Symptoms include fever, fatigue, lethargy, becoming breathless very easily, and having a rapid heart rate and rapid breathing. Dr. Singh understands why this news might concern parents, but says it shouldn't outweigh the benefits of preventing COVID in kids.
Many children who had COVID-19, they came out, they were very sick. They also had myocarditis, by the way, because COVID-19 can cause myocarditis.
His advice as a parent and a pediatric cardiologist:
the benefit of vaccine far outweighs any rare complication or risk that may occur.
Children's Hospital will be joining other medical centers across the country to watch for any more cases of this to help determine if there is any connection. They are still strongly recommending the vaccine for those ages 12 and up.
She says it was an honest mistake. That's what Governor Whitmer is saying tonight after this photo surfaced showing her violating COVID rules by sitting with at least a dozen other people at the Land Shark in East Lansing. Grant Herms is in East Lansing tonight. Grant, a lot of people want to know, could the bar get in trouble for this?
Well, the governor did talk about that at a press conference today, and honestly, it's a little bit unclear about what's going to happen to the Land Shark bar here. As you said, she's characterizing this as an innocent mistake. Republicans say it was a willful disregard of state rules, but it could not have come at a worse time for an already embattled Governor Whitmer. Governor Whitmer speaking publicly after pictures of her and 12 other people inside an East Lansing bar surfaced on the far-right website Breitbart, the group in violation of the state's indoor dining rules.
It was an honest mistake, and I have apologized for it.
The photo is being compared to California Governor Gavin Newsom at the beginning of the pandemic, seen at a birthday party inside the upscale restaurant, the French Laundry. Whitmer says everyone at her table was fully vaccinated, unlike Newsom's party. But online, Republicans were quick to call the photo hypocritical. Others, like the co-chair of the Michigan Republican Party, tweeting, hairstylists were targeted by Attorney General Dana Nessel as they gave haircuts on the lawn of the Capitol 1 year ago. Can they apologize and get their thousands of dollars in legal fees back? Today, the governor saying the bar she was in, the Land Shark Bar and Grill, will not be facing a fine and is different from other businesses that broke the rules.
I think that we have specifically not gone forward and penalized businesses that are trying to do the right thing. It's those that have flouted and put people's safety at risk that, are the most concerning.
The photo of the governor coming amid controversy over her trip to Florida back in March. And state Republicans are still asking for answers to 43 specific questions submitted to her office about who was on the flight, how the money was used, and the work she did while she traveled. The deadline for those questions is Thursday, with Republicans threatening further investigation if their questions aren't answered. And when we got to the Land Shark this afternoon, we actually ran into the spokesperson for the state Republican Party. They said they're holding a press conference out here tomorrow morning. They're saying that they want more action. Back to you.
Grant, we heard in your report that the governor said she didn't think the bar was going to be fined. What did you find out about that?
Well, we reached out to the state licensing agency, and they said they couldn't share any details with us about an open investigation, nor could they comment on a possible fine. So we'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah.
Back to you.
And we know you'll be following it. Thanks, Grant. Beaumont Health easing restrictions to its visitation policy.
Starting tomorrow at 8 a.m., patients will be allowed to have one support person or visitor each day, regardless of vaccination status. This applies only to patients who do not have COVID-19 and are not suspected of having the virus. Masks must be worn, and visitors will be screened for COVID symptoms as they enter the building. Former Michigan State basketball star Keith Appling is in jail tonight, awaiting charges in a murder investigation.
State police arrested Appling this morning in Chelsea a little more than 24 hours after he was named as a suspect in a deadly shooting Saturday night on Detroit's west side. Victor Williams is live tonight. Victor, you have some new information on that arrest.
Yes, Jason and Kimberly, Appling was taken into custody on Commerce Park Drive earlier today around 10:30 a.m. With that being said, we're talking to someone that is more than familiar with his career and also where it all went wrong.
And Appling was a hell of a basketball player in high school. God, and he was a good college player.
Appling for the three.
Retired Detroit Assistant Police Chief Steve Dolan says the rise and fall of Keith Appling is a depressing story.
Very, very sad set of circumstances. I'm sure Izzo's like, what happened to you since you left? Because he was one of Izzo's top prospects. And this goes beyond basketball. It's life. And this poor guy made the wrong decisions.
Appling was arrested Monday in Chelsea following a 2-day manhunt in the death of 66-year-old Clyde Edmonds, who was shot and killed on Whitcomb Saturday night.
I was told they found an MSU hat and a gun at the scene, a revolver.
This new situation is now just another chapter in the long criminal history of the 29-year-old former MSU star basketball player who once had a promising future.
He's supposed to be on probation until August of next year. He did a year in jail. Detroit pulls you over, you have weapons in the car. Warren pulls you over, you have drugs in the car. At what point do you say it's either a cry for help or this guy's just giving up on himself?
And officers did find a gun on Appling, and with that being said, we're still waiting on a list of charges. DPD was able, however, to confirm the relationship between Appling and the victim. They're saying that he is a relative by marriage. Victor Williams, Local 4.
All right, Victor. Well, let's get over across the room for a change over to Ben.
Hey, Ben. Kimberly, good to see you guys just over there. It doesn't feel like the weekend by any stretch, but the heat is coming back tomorrow. 80s already in our west zone. We'll show you the numbers, which could be the warmest of the year so far. Next.
A man from Huntington Woods, a journalist, arrested this morning a world away.
We can't understand why. We know what's going on there. Everybody knows what's going on there. There's a coup. The military has taken over.
That country is Myanmar. Danny Fenster is the person arrested tonight. His family tells us they are desperate for information and answers.
Okay, Sean, but first they say they got it wrong. Brand new fallout tonight after a school altered more than 80 yearbook photos to make the girls' outfits look more modest. That's next.